silence?
That's not coming up on YouTube here.
So maybe it just needs like 30 seconds for like to get going.
Let me just check here. Yep. We're good. Yeah.
We're good. We're live.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Mr. Steve. In that case, 1.5 minutes until qualifying, is it?
Yes. So just a few technical issues there, folks, but welcome along and thanks for joining us. We are at Monza for round 3 of the Potato Nation multi-class season, and joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Philip Siduk. I hope I pronounced that right,
Hello,
Philip.
everyone. You've pronounced it perfectly. Better known as Sky. Hello, Steve. It's very, very nice to see Steve Mullen commentating with me. A wonderful experience. Very happy to get the opportunity. So hello, everyone. Good evening. And let's enjoy the show. Qualifying is now underway.
Yes, we're just starting out in qualifying here. For those of you joining us or don't know, so the GT3 cars go out on track first for the first 10 minutes, and then the GT4 cars will be out on track for the second 10 minutes of qualifying. So they don't have any issues with guys holding them up in the laps and stuff like that. But just out on track at the moment, we have Gunther de Paul here, and he'll be one of the favourites for the GT3 cars, young Sky. And we have like Stephen Kral there, Alex Mielchen, a couple of good drivers, you know. So
it's a pretty tight circle in the GT3 class, I can see.
Yeah, there's a lot of GT4 cars ready to go as well. It's not often you find more GT4 cars in a race than GT3.
True.
And we've got a montage of Wiz Motorsports cars, as you can see. These guys having a good team going, and there's a couple of good drivers there. Couple of Wiz drivers in GT4 class as well, but I don't think they've got any liveries sorted.
So that's mostly Ferraris and Porsches I can see in the GT3 class.
Yeah, they're probably running these new Porsches in the 1.9 update, and the Ferraris are.
I see a new meta.
Well.
I understand that. So the first lap is about to get started.
These Beach Boys will be just getting their cars up to temperature, ready to hit the ground run, because they'll only have maybe 3 or 4 laps to get a good time in. Like 10 minutes doesn't be long getting in, especially around Monza when one lap's about 1 minute 50. I think roughly. Maybe the quick guys doing 1 minute 48s, 49s. I'm not sure, we'll see.
I could see a 49 in free practice. So okay, here we go. We begin the first lap of qualifying of the Monza race here today. Potato Nation.
Let's jump on board and watch Gunther de Paul with his opening lap. Coming through sector 1 here, turn 1. Tight chicane there, need to get a good run out. Heading down into the second T. Well, it'll probably be T3, but I'm going to call it T2, the second chicane. Yeah.
Very, very long right-hander here. And into the Ascari chicane.
Yeah, just breaking around about 120 there, I would say. You want to get a good drive out of here. Coming
and
up now.
Right-hander.
Yeah, breaking about the 50 into Lesmo 1. Roughly about the same in the Lesmo 2 here. You'll be sort of looking for the 50. Yeah, there we go.
And a very wide exit, a bit rough on the grass there.
But I think he's saved it there. He might have cost him maybe a few tenths there, but
it's a good overlap.
Yeah, get a good banker in and set the ground running.
Into the second chicane now.
Yeah, it's a Ascari.
Oh, so that's this guy.
And down in the
First
parabolica.
15 minutes already a blunder. See, Steve, you told me the first one's this carry, and what do I do now? But I know this one into the parabolica.
That's
goes
it.
Gunther and Paul.
This is where you want to get a good exit.
Very,
Big
very
run.
good exit. Full sacrifice of the entry, and off he goes to set the first time of the evening. And what is it gonna be?
A pretty satisfying 149.3. And Stephen
49
Crawley
is
not
good.
far behind him.
Very, very tightly knit GT3
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, Stephen Crawley, 0.1. And then Dakker's there, 0.4. So he's half a second split in the top 3 there so far.
Very, very tight.
And there we go. Alex Milchin, 149.0. So
Up into provisional pole.
yeah, there's nothing splitting these guys so far.
Seems that it's only gonna get a bit tighter now with another G3 joining the pack, though a bit further off.
Yeah, Christophus Michael. He's 1.2
And there's
seconds
two
down.
more GT3 cars remaining without a lap registered yet. Now
Yeah.
for the GT4s, the laps are probably gonna start pouring in.
Yeah, they'll come out in about 5 minutes time, so we're halfway through the
In 5 minutes
GT3
time, yeah.
qualifying here. Yeah, so I wonder what Giorgio's doing. Giorgio's out in a lap, but he should be. Maybe he's got a few red laps.
True. Well, he needs to get a second one coming because
Yeah, this might be
only
banker.
4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
There we go. These guys are pretty tight.
All right, and now all the GT3 cars have set a time.
Yeah, Baines must have been in the pit there, and he must have just got his first lap in there.
Oh, but there's a change now. We have
Oh,
a
there
new
is.
and yet another new provisional pole sitter. Ferrari remains on top.
Ferraris could be the car to beat here and down the big straight. These boys probably running really low wing as well, so the Porsche might struggle there with having the rear engine. Needs plenty of rear wing to keep it stable through the faster corners.
True.
Although there's not too many fast corners, is there, in Monza?
I mean, Monza has a lot of straights, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of hard braking zones like T1 into the
And to the Ascari chicane.
and then braking into the parabolica.
That's pretty much the most you're gonna get out of your higher downforce.
Yes, and this race was brought to you by PitSync, Pitwall, and PitSkill. Those of you who want to know what they are, feel free to Google it.
Smooth like butter, Mr. Steve.
And if anyone's asking where our good friend Stuart Brereton is, he's over watching the GT3 racing in Silverstone this weekend, and I hope he's enjoying himself, and hopefully he finds time to watch the stream as well.
Hopefully he's gonna be doing something next week this time as well.
Stu's a great commentator and a great man, and he's very
I wish I
passionate
could
of what
take
he
his
does.
It sounds wonderful. I've seen some of the commentaries. Honestly, the way this whole championship is being livened up by your guys' commentary is incredible. So I was very shocked that I was given a chance to take part in it. So big thank you to everyone. Thanks for having me. I hope that you're gonna enjoy the show.
I'm sure that these guys are putting on a good show for us, Sky, and they can do their talking on the track. We've got a couple of shout outs here in the YouTube chat. Racing Llama's stuck in a few potatoes. Making me hungry, Racing Llama. Rafa Luke Looney, he's the creator of Wiz Motorsports, the team, and he said yo. And Dean Power has commented, can't wait to fly into T1 in a GT4 with zero practice. I'd say the guys will love to hear that.
And we have a spin out of the chicane exit
We do.
from the pole sitter from Stephen Krall.
Yeah, let's get a
Stefan
look.
Krall, sorry.
Let's get a look at the other guys. Come to the Paul here.
Going through, or not very much now, separating him from a provisional pole, which is now a 148. So getting quicker and quicker by the lap.
Also a shout out to Mac Attack, who is Stephen Kirk. He's also in the GT4 class as well.
Which will begin its qualifying shortly.
Rafa said, "Stew you muppet." Hopefully he sees this, Rafa, when if he watches it, he tunes in. But he's probably enjoying himself at Silverstone watching the Fan Attack GT 300, I think it's called.
Hopefully having a blast. And here come the final laps, probably, of the GT3 qualifying.
Indeed. Let's get a look. Alex has probably pulled the pin on it. He's happy enough with third place.
Very, very solid time here from the Porsche.
Giorgio, I don't think he'll have time to go out again for another lap. Yep, he's pulled
Doesn't
it in.
seem so. Only 20 seconds left, and now on track we have Gunther.
Yeah, this will be Gunther's run for the pole, I would say. This will be his final lap. And
anyone else out on the track right now? Yes, there is. Is that?
That might be Stephen Baines there.
Baines, okay.
Yeah.
And we shall see now. We have the racers cutting through.
Yeah, coming out of Lesmo 2 there. I'll be heading down into Ascari here.
Now there is really not much time separating the GT3 cars. Barely a second.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
Barely a second from last to first.
Yeah.
Really, really talented drivers. Really, really talented.
There's not an inch between them.
Incredibly quick. And now we'll see. We are nearing the Parabolica, nearing the end of the lap. We'll see now who gets to sit on pole for today's race. So the penultimate turn. Looking for a very, very good exit right on the line with the right tires, and we shall see what the pole time is going to be. Just not enough.
He's 0.142 seconds off pole. That is so
Barely
tight.
1.5, a tenth. Not even that. And out go the GT4 cars already on the outlap. We have a
Mercedes, a young Stokes here driving that on. He's absolutely sailors there coming out of Ascari.
But kept it nice and tidy out. As you can see, the Alpine warming up the tires right behind him.
Yeah, that's John McDonnell in that Porsche. Actually, it looks like an Alpine, but that's the Porsche.
Oh, it's Porsche.
Yeah, you know the Alpine when you see it. Like it's got like 4 headlights on it, axes on the front of it.
Haven't seen these cars in a very, very long while.
Yeah, I like the look of this. Sounds great too, doesn't it? This Mercedes GT4 car.
True.
So this
Iconic
is it.
sound.
Started as lap 1 for Stokes here, and Ryan Ware's in the All-American Chevrolet here. Ryan Ware, a really good driver as well, so he'll be one to watch today. But that thing will have plenty of horsepower outside down these straights.
A wonderful livery here.
But trying to get that big beast turned outside in these chicanes is
not an easy task for sure.
Yeah, right.
Quite the hand workout for the direct drive enjoyers out there.
Oh yeah. And Ryan Ware's got his own stream over on Twitch, guys, if you want to check that out. I don't have the Twitch link for you, but I'd say he'd share it with you if you want to go watch some of his stuff. So the GT4s, there's going to be some battles here. I'd say the one to watch out for, Sky, is Pascal DeLucia, who I'm sure you've heard of. There's Nigel O'Brien. Yeah, Ryan Ware, he's a quality driver. Dean Powers is quality as well. Chris Willis is very good as well. Like there's so many names here. you know.
A pack of really wonderful drivers, it seems.
Oh, it's crazy. You've Daniel McGann here who's taking part today, who hasn't taken part so much in the past, but he's just after doing a 24-hour race at Nords on iRacing, and they got a P3, so they did, with which is a great result for them. And yeah, we have a couple of latecomers, the GT4 here as well. I don't think they're out in track yet.
Not
Oh, maybe they
yet,
are.
so
Yeah,
there's a
just haven't set a time yet.
BMW and a Ginetta, sorry, on their outlaps.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, there's the Ginetta. Ginetta might struggle with top speed. I think it's like maybe 10 or 15 kilometers an hour slower than the rest of the GT4 cars. So,
But we have our first times coming in, actually.
we do.
And up top of the standings, we have...
I'll get you the time now here. It's a 1:57.2 for
That's
the
the time to beat
Pascal
for this
Delucia
evening.
there, and P1 and for the GT4 class. Nigel O'Brien has come in with a... Well, Herbert Foschel has come in with a 1:57.3, so he's just 1/10 off Pascal. Again, Nigel, you know, this...
Very,
there's a
very
lot-
tight again. I can see already a few
Yeah.
spots separated, not even by a second.
Yeah, it's I ran where Herbert Foschel had some battle last season in the GT4 class. So them boys are well known for their clean, hard racing. So with Nigel and
wait to see
Pascal
them.
battling
Can't wait
with
to
them.
see them struggle. Yeah, maximizing the line on the exit there.
Yeah, and the GT4 cars don't come with air warmers, so probably take 2 laps to get these things up to temp. Like,
Yes, and there's only 5 minutes left in qualifying, so there will be only 1 or 2 laps to do.
Stuart Brereton, hello, sir. He's watching the race from Gatwick Airport right now, and good to see you've joined us on the stream, Stuart. Hope you enjoyed your day today, and hope you got plenty of pictures.
Nice to see you. Warm greetings from Poland.
And hopefully you have a safe flight back to Dublin.
Enjoy your time. And through the Parabolica, my favorite turn because I know how it's called.
I think there's a turn, the two first and second chicanes. I don't even know how to pronounce them. I wouldn't be good at Italian, so I'll not even attempt it. But,
It's a very, very scary language. I can understand you perfectly here.
and we have a new pole. 2/10 up on Pascal from Mr. Stokes in the Merc. And the leaderboard's chopping and changing every few seconds here in the GT4 class, with Herbert Foschel now up in the second, Pascal in third, Ranmore in fourth, Nigel in fifth, Ashim in sixth, and Chris Willis in seventh. So
Very, very tight. And
think
also 3 minutes left.
yeah, 3 minutes left. Yeah, Jesus, time's flew, and I like. Sky, who are we going to watch battling here? Like, it's crazy.
Everyone. everyone at once. Everyone everywhere, all at once.
Oh, it's going to be so tricky to do. Like, the race director is going to have his work cut out.
Hopefully the Porsches are going to give the Ferraris a run for their money in the GT3 class, although the Ferrari does seem like the car to beat. Got about 3/10 of pace up on the Porsche, sitting in third. But meantime, there's the GT4 qualifying, 2.5 minutes left. Everything can still change. Time for about 1 or 2 more laps.
Yeah, John McDonald seems to be struggling on the Porsche here at Monza. He's 1:59. He's roughly about 2 seconds off the pace.
Not an easy car, but there's plenty of time in the race to make up for it.
Indeed. On board now with John McDonald. Oh, wrong button.
Almost.
Well,
Not quite on board yet. but he's coming through to set another time.
Will it be any closer? No, he hasn't had his best yet. So Stephen Kirk in the pits there with the fantastic livery there of Fact Cancer and a potato
Great
nation.
livery.
Yeah,
Sadly, not enough time for another lap.
I see he's got
Seems
an L plate on the back there as well. Very good.
honesty
Very good.
is key. Honesty is key.
We'll cut back to the leaders
Everybody
here.
came from something. So we're
Okay.
following Stokes in the Mercedes. First in the GT4 class, provisional pole for him with less than a minute remaining. Everything will be clear very soon. He seems to have time for just about one more lap. In
Oh, a big wiggle there.
oh, almost optimal tires, but that must have been very stressing.
Oh, and
For the
he's just
tires and
hot enough there.
he's-
So
Yeah, having
we'll cut to P2 here. Pascal Deluche has got back past Herbert Fosterl.
so that means the time to beat is
And this shows you what I know, Sky, about these Genettas. I thought they were really slow, but they must have maybe had a fix or something, because
it seems
you
that
know,
they're
it was
doing
up to
very
third,
well.
yeah. So maybe I don't know what I'm doing here.
Oh, maybe. Mr. Freschel is just a very, very speedy driver, and
He's very
we have a
skilled.
new pole sitter, it seems.
Oh, indeed.
Qualifying is over, and we have
3,000ths of a second, isn't it?
3,000ths, just barely, by a hair's
What?
length. We have a new pole sitter in the Alpine, it seems.
That is quality.
Quality time. Will there be anyone to beat him? Still out on the track, finishing their lap? I'm not sure. Not sure anyone has the time for it.
Yeah, well, I think if you cross the line before the
But it doesn't seem that. Oh no, there is still someone out.
yeah, if you cross the line before the zeros, you know, you get to finish your lap, you know, so it's like overtime.
Yes, but there's a fair bit of grass on the exit here
Yeah, he's
for
keeping her lit anyway.
Ashwin. Yeah. In the Ginetta, finishing his lap. Just about a minute to do it through the chicane. Down towards the exit with a long back straight. Off towards the parabolic, it seems.
Yeah, heading down towards Parabolica here. And hopefully get it looks like a good line through it. Can he get on the power late? He's running a bit wide there, but
And back on the throttle. Towards
he's,
the finish line.
he knew
And
rightly it
he
wasn't
is
a great loss, so
no,
he slowed
that
down
is
there, yeah.
not enough for him. Not enough for him. So we have the standings almost final. Still a few cars finishing.
Yeah, I think it's the last car on track here, which is Pascal, and he's already got the pole, so there we have it.
There we go. So we have the final standings of qualifying. So in first we have Stefan Kral, we have Gunther
Gunther.
de Paul, Wilchen, then Giorgio, I believe, Baines, Deckers, then Michael for the GT3 class. Very, very closely knit. I believe only 1.3 seconds between all of them. And
Yeah.
then for the GT4s, we have Delucia, Stokes, Frischel, Ware, O'Brien, Asheen Power, Willis, McDonald, Magawan, Kirk, and then Tiger.
Tiger. Magawan, that's fantastic, isn't it? He still gets that in the Potato Nation. So
course.
we've just 2 minutes 30 for the race briefing. I'm sure the guys are getting told to be careful getting into T1. That's where it's very cagey with a lot of cars in the grid.
Especially any poor GT4 with no practice.
I'm sure I'm sure Dean Power will keep his distance and get his braking done early, you know. So
Hopefully.
You wouldn't want to be in the middle of the pack. You either want to be at the front to avoid it, or at the back so you can see what's happening and take some evasive maneuvers. So after qualifying there, what do you fancy? Who do you fancy for the GT3, Sky?
To be honest, I know that the pole sitter and the second place are both Ferraris and have done really, really good times, but the consistency of Mielchen might be something that will grant him a really, really good position in the end. I think that if he keeps the Porsche and the optimal tire temperatures, and if he doesn't make mistakes, as I rarely ever see him do, I think he can manage to climb up 2 more places. We'll see how the first turn goes for the Ferraris. Very curious.
Yeah, I totally agree with there. Alex Mielchen, a very consistent driver. I think that's just all German drivers, and we've got Steven Kral here. Steven Kral's very quick. He's really improved over the last year as well. He does have that wee mistake in him when he's under a bit of pressure, so he'll be hoping to get away clear, and hopefully he'll be hoping Gunther de Paul and Alex Mielchen can do a bit of battling, and maybe he can gain a bit of time on them to settle in, get the nerves settled early, maybe open a gap. But it'll be interesting to see if these guys can all stick together or create some drama.
Who gives the best launch in the end, we'll see.
And as far as the GT4 racing goes, geez, you know, it's anyone's race there with the first 4 guys, first 5 guys even. I haven't seen enough of Ashim to tell how quick he is, but I know Dean Power can be thereabouts, Chris Willis as well. John McDonald, you can't write him off as well, but
Seems to be
Delucia.
struggling in the Porsche.
Yeah,
Really
Delucia.
struggling this weekend, but
So, anyway, let's get ready for the round 3 at Monza, guys, in the Potato Nation multi-class season.
the lights are about to go out. And we're off, and we have a few really, really slow starts in the GT3 class.
No, you're right, there's a rolling starts.
Rolling starts.
Rolling starts, so they'll be coming up the lane. You're grand.
It's not a set of course, isn't it?
It's all good, it's all good. It's a set of course, yeah. It'll be a rolling start up to the line here. We will go back a few cars so we can see the leaders and the guys behind them. So I'll try and keep an eye on the GT3 getting into T1, and then maybe skip the GT4 coming into the second chicane. Which, but these Wiz guys out in front here, they'll want to get away and get a good start. So here they go, and we're go.
Over the line, and it's
Alex Mielchen straight away going 3 wide, and he's looking to get a good run up into T1. So
up in between the Ferraris, very, very risky. Now 2 wide only. He seems to be just inching ahead of the Ferrari, or not.
Here we go.
And he brakes a little bit later, and he's right in P1 into the first turn. Now there's chaos and a spin for one of the GT4 cars, I believe.
Bit of carnage at the back. Let's see who that was. Oh, one of Janela's had gone off there, look. Maybe he got a top or something.
Yeah, a little tap in the back.
I didn't see who that was, yeah.
A little tap in the back. Them at the inside. So we have
we're on board now with Pascal Delucia now in GT4.
Still seems to be...
There's a few guys run wide there as well.
Quite comfortably in the lead.
I think that was Dean Power. No, it was Ashim went wide in the second chicane there.
True, but there's still plenty of time to close the gaps.
See, Pascal gets on the ball early, and he's looking to open up a gap early on here before the other guys get their tires warmed.
Seems to be pretty comfortable with his car.
Yeah.
Very calm, very collected in the chaos of what was happening ahead and behind.
Yeah, Stokes will be looking to keep his keeping the slipstream coming in the straight here. And we'll just get a look at Nigel O'Brien here. Hot in the heels of Ryan Moore. Or John McDonald, sorry. It's hot in the heels of John McDonald.
Yeah, just right behind him. So already you see Alex Nation with his a really brilliant reflex in the start.
I had to restart the pit wall there because there was a technical issue there, folks. Sorry if you were wondering there, but hopefully it'll sort itself out now when we get the times coming through.
And indeed, we do have times coming through. We have a Porsche on top, followed by another 3 Ferraris. So opposite situation of what was at the start. Though in the GT4 is a slightly smaller rotation, especially at the front with Belusha, the person is still in P1 with a really calm, collected start.
As you can see, Giorgio making a move on Michael here.
Side by side into the first chicane.
Whoa!
And he finished the move just barely, but he's lost it. He has spun, just barely kept it together.
He must have got a real tank stopper there.
He has lost the position though, that he just barely gained. A bit too much of that curb in the chicane and now a little bit wide. He's probably going to get some trouble coming from behind now. 3 cars already closing the gap to him. Yeah,
I think they're GT4 cars, so he'll be able to pull away from them. Oh, we're in the big Camaro here. He's really close to Stokes, so he'll be hoping the grunt of the American muscle car can get off to this Mercedes down the straight.
Now inching closer in the slipstream, it seems, the Camaro. Seems 150 here is the lap to beat so far. Now 49 actually.
Stephen Krall here. He's slowly closing in on Alex Milchin.
Seems like the Ferrari does have a slight pace advantage over the Porsche, at least that's what the standings are looking like.
These two guys have opened a bit of a gap on Gunther de Paul there, 2.2 seconds behind.
And the very last Porsche, well, at least he's not stuck in traffic, but he has some time to make up.
Yeah, maybe he can get settled in. He can start to close the gap. But Alex setting pace early on, and his last lap was a 150, and Stephen Krall's last lap was a 149.3. So yeah, Stephen's put in the best lap of the race so far.
So a purple lap for P2, closing in on the long straight here before the chicane.
Oh, a bit of action at the back of the field here. Stephen Kirk, his L plates and Fat Cancer livery, is looking to make a move on TG. He's having a sniff. Is he going to send it? TG blocks him, makes a move early doors to defend.
Now just behind him, bumper to bumper.
It's great to see battles all over the field as well, isn't it, Sky?
It is a wonderful thing. And the multi-class is a very good idea. Very interesting.
For anyone that is watching this or watching on the replay, just to let us know, you can all take part, and you'll always find some guys to race with. As you can see, there's battles all over the.
And a wonderful exit here.
Oh,
going to be side by side on the exit. A great run on the car ahead. However, just not enough to beat the BMW on the straight, it seems.
No. It must be pretty good in the corners, that we Alpine.
We'll see in the next few corners.
I was going to say, the BMW's run wide. Heinz got past him. He's outbraked himself into the Parabolica. And Stephen Kirk has moved up into 18th.
18th place for Fat Cancer.
On board with Herbert Foschel now, and he's right on the heels of John McDonald.
Well, John McDonald having a hefty task of defending his place in the Porsche. Already coming close to the inside.
I like the shape of the Ginetta. It looks like a great wee race car, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. very nice look on the rear, especially.
Yeah.
Reminding me of some of the Ferraris.
Battle up for the lead here. Alex Milchin gets past Stephen Kroll. Got a good run out of the Ascari. Both drivers coming down into the Parabolica now.
Very, very close fight here for first place.
Might get a good run down into the start finish here on the T1.
So it's going to be a fight for the slipstream here.
Yeah. Is he close enough to make it? He's having a look. Alex Milchin
He's having a look.
defending.
He's going to have to go outside. Alex to the inside.
He's got some speed there. Has he got it stopped? No, he hadn't
No,
got it
not
stopped.
enough.
And he's lost a bit of time
Too
there
late of
now.
a break.
Yeah.
Too late of a break.
Alex with the leg, thank you very much. And then Gunther will be having a look now at his teammate Stephen Kroll here, looking to get the inside down into T2.
In a battle of the Ferraris here. Through the really long right-hander.
And Alex Milchin will be hoping these two guys battle, which they're going to do.
And it's going to be a dive into the chicane.
Oh, he's
Down
run
the
way
inside.
there.
Just not enough.
And he
Just
had
not
to cut
enough,
that
but
corner.
over the curbs goes.
And where has he gone? Oh, he's spun. Let's get a look at that. Oh,
All the way
and
behind now.
he spun in the second chicane there. So he's managed
Too
to get back
aggressive
up.
on the curbs, too late of a break.
And the front splitter might have got a bit of a ding on that there, and he's down in the fourth now. Stephen Bain's up in the third. And Stephen Kroll will be licking his wounds now. I'm hoping to get back on.
Well, Alex Milchin seems to have a pretty comfortable lead, actually.
Yeah, he's opened up a second now on
You
Gunther.
see, it's the incredible consistency here.
That's
Kept
it,
his
but
cool.
as you can see, Gunther isn't hanging about either. And he's 1.1 seconds behind Alex Milchin.
Very close.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Let's skip back to some GT4 racing now, where there's a couple of guys in a battle here. You've got Nigel O'Brien behind Ashim here and Dean Power in front. A three-way battle.
Seems very close, getting closer on the inside their slipstreams on the straights. Out of the Ascari, it seems.
Oh, they're really sending the car around that. Which car will
Getting
have
a lot
the
of top
speed for
going.
the slipstream? Oh, Ashim's run wide. And Nigel
Just
O'Brien
wide
will be
enough.
thinking, thank you very much.
And it comes right through the inside.
And Ashim will be shaking his head in disgust.
It seems so. He's not able to catch back up in the slipstream.
No,
Not
this
close enough for a move.
could be the top end speed issue I was telling you about earlier, but the weak car is nimble in the corner, so he may be able to catch him in the sector 2. So we'll see now what Nigel O'Brien
Seems so. Out of the chicane.
will be
we
having
go.
a look at Dean Power now.
But it seems he's going to have to.
For a man
defend
with no
his
practice,
cool
Dean Power's up in the 4th.
already, getting very close here on the GT4s. A lot of fighting everywhere.
On board with Chris Willis now in the McLaren. He's having a look at John McDonald as well. John McDonald really struggling in this Porsche. Maybe he's too much winger or something. Or maybe too many drinks. I don't know.
Seems that it could be either or maybe even both. Very,
Some-
very bad combination.
Some great battling all over the field at the minute, and we're only about 10 minutes into the race. 23 minutes to go.
Yes, indeed, there is. And still, it seems that Milchin remains comfortably in the lead.
Nigel really sanded through a Ascari there.
Trying to get away from the place he just gained. Making a comfortable gap and also attacking the car ahead. Trying to catch the Porsche in the slipstream, it seems. good exit out of the parabolic canal. And a top right in behind him.
Yeah, heading down to T1 and be trying to be late as possible on the brakes.
Well, seems to be looking, seems to be checking, but not close enough yet. He seems to be getting closer and closer by the turn.
The wee Alpine and the Porsche, very similar looking cars. I think Alpine's made by Renault though.
That is true. It's a Renault owned brand.
Yeah.
Do we have any favorites, Steve, for the GT4 race?
Oh, it's hard to look past Pascal DeLucia. He's a really solid driver. He won last week's race.
I think he's gonna keep the first position until the end.
I think he's very good in the sense that he doesn't make many mistakes, especially when he's not under any intense pressure. He's pretty reliable. You know, it's when maybe there's a car or two really on him. He could maybe struggle.
Perhaps now there will be a move coming from either the Alpine or the Ginetta behind him, getting closer and closer.
Yeah, there's not much in these guys.
Battle.
And you can see Ranwar's just on up the road there, and that big Camaro. He's a couple of seconds behind Mr. Stokes, and then wonder if he can get a move. Oh, he got a bit of wheel spin there. Maybe he didn't get as much.
But it seems that they're wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper now, right behind each other. Three-way battle here.
Back on board now in the Haddy cam. You can see the get in the rear of that car to rotate round. At 6 degrees of slip that we all hear.
Seems a bit of a.
Looks like he got a good run there.
Slower exit from the Ginetta in the back though.
Here we go. What did he get? I don't think he's got enough.
Will he try a dive? Will he try a dive? The inside is wide open.
He's thinking about it.
Right,
He's having a
look.
look.
Seems that he's going for it. I think he's going for it.
Hard on the brakes. Oh.
Battle of the nerves under the braking, and it seems that the battle has been won.
Oh, he's giving enough room there. Yet. That's fantastic driving from both drivers there.
Fantastic driving, but it seems that indeed the Ginetta is come out on top.
That's Nigel O'Brien. Oh, some great driving, great braking. And
now it's a battle from the two Ginettas behind.
Yeah, it looks like Ashim's having a look now. Dean Parr under severe pressure. Oh, and Ashim's got a bit of gravel there. That'll hide him up a bit.
But it seems all cars get closer and closer on the straights.
Just trying to cycle through his camera to see where the best of it is. And all the action is still with these guys at the minute. Oh, Nigel O'Brien's run wide there and he'll not get the drive out. He wants out of that corner. And now these guys are right back on him. And they're having a look down into the parabolica.
Seems like a three-way battle again, with the Ginetta patiently waiting behind for the chaos to unfold.
Dean Parr back up in position. He's run wide, and Nigel O'Brien will be like back in again. And there goes Ashim. And Dean Parr was up 2 positions, and in one bad braking zone, he has lost 2 positions. But he's having a look down again.
Back to square one, but not exactly, because he has quite a lot of slipstream on the outside, however.
Yeah, he's got some Swedish made that deal there. I said Ginetta must struggle in front, top end speed, you know. But
it seems so, but he's much quicker here under braking up.
It's so good in the corners, you know. So as you can see there, it was just nearly like he was parked with that Porsche going past him.
Seems like it's anyone's position here in the back.
Great stuff. We'll just have a look back on board with the race leader, Alex Mielkin.
So Mielkin seems to be quite comfortably ahead.
Yeah, he's almost 2.5 seconds up on Gunther de Paul.
Capitalizing on the mistakes of the Ferraris in their battles now.
Stephen Crawl down into 3rd after a spin, or 4th, sorry.
As you've said, consistency is key, and It seems that so far Alex has had fair share of it.
Yeah, now we're starting to come up on the back markers of the GT4 class, so I think T-Gear's just done the right thing there. Just said, going ahead there, guys. I'm not getting your way. But it'll be interesting now when the GT3 cars come up on the guys are battling for position, and they'll have to negotiate safely and take their time and pick their moments to pass these GT4 cars, because they've got the outright speed on them, but in the corners there's not much in it.
It seems for the next 17 minutes it will truly be a very multi-class race with problems with traffic for the GT3 cars, and a lot of battling in the GT4 field means it's not going to be easy to pass through.
Stephen Bain's now coming up on T-Gear, and he's got the blue flag as well, so Stephen Bain's right with the, I'm going to assume that's a Metallica. Oh, there's been a bit of controversy.
And it's a spin for the BMW.
We're going to get a look at that again. What has happened here? Did he touch him? No, I think the BMW got a bit unstable going over the curb, and then maybe it's caused them to just couldn't negotiate that corner well, it seems like. Yeah, and maybe Baines has accidentally clipped him there because he didn't get on the throttle well enough, and the car was unsettled. So I'm going to put that down to a racing incident. I don't think there was any malice in it. Yeah. Just didn't expect the car ahead to not make the turn as well as he did. Yeah, that's it. You know, he probably was thinking it's just a little tap when he gets out of this corner that you pull across and get past him. That's unfortunate, and hopefully T-Gear can continue the race. He's got a bit of front end damage there, but you know, he must have maybe made contact with a wall. Yeah, that livery looks like it's pretty banged up, but wee bit of. There'll be an uphill battle now for the BMW to get back into positions. Wee bit of T-cut there, maybe sort that out. Now we have a very, very big line of cars here. Seems back with this car ahead. Yeah, this is a battle for fourth. You've Nigel Green and fourth, yeah. With 4 cars. Dean Parr, Ashin and Foshel slowly closing in on them. Some good racing so far. I can understand why a lot of these guys are driving the GT4, because it definitely offers more door-to-door battles, and sometimes that's what you just want on Sunday night. A bit of fun. Mr. Steve, are you sure the stream is up right now? Yeah. Something happened, is it? Absolutely positive, because there's 4 people waiting, it seems. I tried to open the link myself, I can't get it. Oh no, you need to refresh it, I think, there. It's definitely wrong. Yeah. Okay, just got a message from Sverdolski that he can't get in. How many guys are just refresh? I'll share the link in the ACC Discord, guys. It's the link that works, but it's just waiting. No, it's definitely working there, because there's a few guys. Like when I click on it on my phone, it's working here. You can open it. You can open it. Yeah, and there's 5 guys watching, and it says Stuart, and a few of the guys are watching. Right. There's 6 people watching now, so. Alright then. Did you hit live? You need to click live? Yeah, seems to be working now, don't worry. Okay, great. Good stuff, guys. So, where were we? Back at the on board. On board, yeah, Nigel O'Brien here. He's taking a real wide line there, and there's 3 guys behind him. Trying to get away before the long straight to not face the consequences of the cars behind, having a really, really good slipstream and a run into the next turn and then into T1 later. Yeah, and Gunther de Paul has got a purple lap with a 148.9, so Gunther slowly closing in on Nigel. or sorry, Alex Milchin. I think Milchin maybe got held up by the GT4 cars and Gunther maybe within. Yeah, I think it possibly is. But it could work both ways, you know. You could get held up, or you could get away easily enough from the gate behind you. Could get held up? So
it's anyone's game, it seems.
He's back in the slipstream now, and it's anyone, as you say, anyone can.
It's anyone's game now.
Indeed. And Gunther may have the bit between his teeth now. When you've somebody to reel in, you know yourself, Sky. You've got the onus is on you. And it's a lot easier to chase a guy down than it is to follow away
from him.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. Especially in Monza with the really long straights and the slipstream helping. Now, once you get into slipstream, it's going to be a battle one way or the other, unless someone makes a mistake.
And you know as well as anyone else, catching a guy is one thing, passing him is another.
Very true, and it seems that Milchin is here to win, so we'll see how he manages to defend. It seems like it's going to be a bit of a battle here.
Yeah, anytime Milchin has lost the lead though, he's managed to battle back and cleanly and take it back now. But look, as you see, they're coming up on the other guys that are battling for fourth here, so there's I think it's four cars with GT4 cars.
And each one trying to get fourth place.
Oh, there's Alex Milchin caught a bit of gravel there, and Gunther de Paul right on him now. Is he going to have a look down there? He's going the outside line, and there's the GT4 cars coming into play now.
And it's 3 wide with the GT4 on the upright.
And he's onto the marbles as Gunther de Paul and Alex Milchin stays in front.
The line compromised because of the GT4 car.
Indeed, and Alex Milchin hits the cone on the pit lane, trying to get in the slipstream of the GT4 cars, and he's going to make a lunge up the inside.
However, it seems that Ferrari had a much better exit though.
He's pulled in front of him. Oh no, it's coming into T1. On, Gunther de Paul down the outside. Is there contact? No. Alex Milchin trying to hold on, but he can't. Gunther de Paul up in the pole, on the P1, sorry. And here they go, down in the T2, the Shackett chicane. Coming up past Dean Parr now.
And another
with Nigel O'Brien in front of them.
Cars waiting for them.
Nigel O'Brien will be hoping these guys get past him before the braking zone, so he doesn't have to compromise his line. And here he comes. Is he looking in his mirror? Yeah, Alex Milchin does the right thing and holds off. And now Alex will be trying to get past him, coming into Lesmo 1. Yeah. And his line's been compromised there. Alex will be biting his tongue here, saying what a disaster, because Gunther de Paul has made 0.91 seconds on him there. Out of that there.
Roll cars really makes everything up.
It does. It definitely makes things exciting. So
there's only one mistake. All it took is for him to take a little snippet of gravel on the outside, on the exit.
Just shows how tight this race is. This is where you'd want to be passing a GT4 car just on the start of one of them straights. And now Alex might bump into him, or not bump into him, sorry, but catch him just as you're coming into the parabolic into the braking zone. And that's his line compromised again.
If you don't make into the parabolica, you can just hold back and then have a really good exit into the back straight there.
Yeah, but let's say, you know, if your line's compromised coming in there, it might compromise your exit as well, and you're losing time just down that big straight as well. But I think he's managed to hold on till the slipstream of Gunther de Paul in front here, and coming up in another GT4 car of Mr. Stokes here. And Alex again has to tuck in behind and just say, this multi-class for you. You know,
yeah. Seems like he has to
interesting.
And now his exit's going to be slow because he has to find his way around the GT4 car.
Yeah.
And he's back behind his GT3 counterpart here. So Gunther de Paul now in first place. Seems like there was an accident.
Accident involving car 23. Let's get a look. Steam power. Let's hopefully we'll catch it. Might be too late. There's contact with car 91 there as well. Let's see if we can get a look at the replay here. involving number car 1. That's Herbert Foschel, so might have been a bit of a coming together with these guys. Looks like we've probably missed it. We're back live now anyway. And back forward. Maybe next time we'll go for a replay. I could 1 second back for it's yeah. So at the minute, Gunther de Paul is 2 seconds in front of Alex Milchin, and so he's slowly closing the gap again. He's got past Pascal de Lucia there, and he's looks like maybe Gunther got held up behind Pascal coming into the parabolica there, but Alex right on him again here, as you can see. Like it just shows you that anything can happen. Usually sorts itself out in the long run.
Bumper to bumper again. It seems that near the end of this lap we're going to have another
ding dong,
another battle. Yeah.
So, Ashim looking to make a move on Herbert Foschel here in the T1, and he's outbraked himself, and he had to pull out of that before he leveled him. So he's had to take the slow way around T1 there.
Just barely enough on the brakes.
As you can see, he's cost himself there about 1.5 seconds there, and just not way mistake there. Maybe he just didn't see the advertising board, or sorry, not the advertising board. It's the you know, when you're following right behind a car, it's hard to spot your brake marker. You know, so it's an easy mistake to make.
Perhaps he didn't know he could make it, because that was perfect distance to try and make a dive.
Yeah, there's nothing between these two guys up front here.
It seems that coming out of the Sky, they will be very, very close here again. Now, will the Ferrari repeat the mistake? The Porsche we'll see very soon. Well, it seems like a very, very clean exit for both cars, which means there will be a battle coming out of the parabolic for sure.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get close enough to get a slipstream. It makes a big difference in this circuit.
Now, will Alex be just close enough to try and challenge the Ferrari in the race turns? This is very, very, very soon as they come out of pit straight.
Sounds like that Porsche's about to take off there when it hits the overboost.
It really does. A wonderful sound there.
Oh, he's done really well in the brake in there, didn't he?
Yeah, getting closer and closer. Seems like the Porsche has a bit of an advantage in the turns actually.
Oh yeah, give the rear wheel driving or rear engine the weight there to get the power down, I suppose.
Comes down to each driver maximizing the performance of the car as we come into another chicane here.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes to go. All to play for. These guys are under a second in it. There's looked like a wide line there by Gunther de Paul. Tires are starting to go, I'd say, as well.
Especially after the sliding and slipping and avoiding the GT4 cars.
Let's get a wee look at some of the other drivers here.
The beautiful
Stephen
livery
Kirk
again.
and P18. He's just tipping away here.
Seems like the BMW will not be able to make it back.
No, he's too far off him. On board now with Chris Willis. He's 0.4 behind John McDonald, who has really struggled today on this Porsche.
But he is keeping the McLarens at bay, it seems.
Indeed.
Throughout the race. Nothing easy when it's not, when you can't, when it's, when you're having difficulties negotiating a car. It's really hard to defend. You have to keep mindful of everything, so not an easy task, but it seems that he's managing. Not an easy weekend for him. How about fourth place? Who's sitting in fourth place right now?
Yeah, Stephen Krall. He says managed to hold on to fourth place there, and he's just still probably hurting from that spin. He's having a great race.
Early on, just one mistake took it all from him, it seems.
Yeah, and now we're on board with Deckers here. He'll be slowly approaching Pascal de Lucia here. Pascal,
trying to let him go, it seems.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe Deckers didn't know what was happening there. Possibly just had enough gap, I think, till Mr. Stokes in front of him. And says, you know what, go on ahead there. Yeah. Maybe he's a bit worried. He's seen him in the rearview mirror, and he just stay left here and let him turn in. There's an incident involving car 42. That's Gunther de Paul. Maybe he's went just off track or something. Let's see if we can see it.
Seems like an off track.
Yeah, incident in car 84. Yeah, maybe it's just an off track there. Yeah. On board now with Giorgio. He's not going to get past.
GT4's ahead.
Yeah, I think that's Dean Power.
Yeah.
He looks like his car's been through the wars there.
And just a sniff of the grass outside.
Yeah, he's closing in on Michael there, up ahead in the gold Porsche as well.
It seems like the Alpine came out on top of the battle for P4 in...
Yeah, Nigel O'Brien sitting in P4, yeah, with about 4 seconds clear now of Herbert Forshall. And Alex has had a mistake.
It seems so.
I'm going to hit a replay here to see if we can... No, it's not far enough back, so...
We need to see that incident. It seems like something must have happened.
Unfortunately,
leaders on final lap.
we're too busy looking at other parts of the race there. We've missed out what happens to
only
Alex.
1 minute left. It seems that Alex doesn't have enough time to make up for it.
No, Gunther de Paul just has to run a clean
Bring
lap.
it home.
Yeah.
Just bringing it home now with 1 minute left.
Yeah,
probably,
he's on his final lap, I'd say.
Probably a final lap indeed.
Yeah, I think I got that in the comms there. They say the leader's on the final lap. Gunther de Paul will be really happy with himself. He's worked hard for this race.
And a really, really long battle now with Alex Milchen. He managed to come out on top, but we don't know how that happened.
Well, Stephen Baines there is up in the P2 now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to know what happened to Alex there as well. Yeah, maybe had a spin or outbraked himself, and
it does seem, however, that Pascal de Lucia kept his cool throughout the whole race.
Yeah, Pascal
coming first.
Great driver. And here we go. Gunther de Paul on the run up to the finish line, the checkered flag. And Gunther de Paul is your race winner at Monza.
Over the line, and the race is now over. So
Stephen Baines, P2,
run.
Alex Milchen, P3.
Just inching close, but not
maybe
close
this race is still going.
Where is it?
These boys look to be still racing here. Sorry.
It seems that it wasn't the checkered flag after all.
No, it's a last lap now. Sorry, that's my bad.
He just made it, actually. He just made the checkered flag.
No, this is
one more lap racing,
yeah, one more lap racing. Sorry, guys.
It seems that perhaps Alex does have a chance.
Alex
to get
does
back
have a chance. We'll keep an eye on this here because he's a lip into that one there, but he's really wringing the neck of that horse now and putting the pressure on to Stephen Baines. But Stephen Baines will be glad to see that wee mistake there because that'll give him a bit of breathing room now.
All he needs to do is to keep his calm and not make any mistakes. It seems that pace-wise, they're not that far apart for Alex to be able to make up.
Oh, he's caught a bit of grass there, so I don't think that'll slow him down too much. So the grass isn't too bad in the SEC.
It doesn't seem to be, but the gravel was very bad indeed for Milton.
Indeed. This is a battle for P2 here. One more corner to go. It looks pretty much Stephen Baines's if he just gets the right brake marker and gets her turned in.
So all he needs to do is keep calm now. And into the come P2.
Looks like he's got it, and we'll cut to the race leader, Gunther de Paul. For the second time around, is your race winner at Monza.
A double race
Potato Nation. GT3, GT4 multi-class. Round 3.
Brilliantly done. Congratulations to him. Fair play to him.
Well done to Gunther to Paul there. Stephen Baines in P2. Alex Mielchen, P3. And we'll just come across to GT4 now.
With Pascal
To catch
killing the
Pascal.
lead from the very beginning, starting from pole position.
Yeah.
Now just ahead, the Mercedes in second place.
Yeah. Stokes just 0.5 behind him, so I'd say Pascal. What's he done? What, is he run out of fuel?
It seems that Pascal
Pascal came up short there.
It seems that he was just short of fuel.
I'm amazed. I don't know
Pascal
what's
slowing
happened.
down just before the finish line.
Slow down the last cut. Surely, maybe that's why he was running slow there. Maybe he knew he was going to have a
He had a
tight
very
fuel.
large gap. He had a very large gap
And
to the cars behind.
Mr. Stokes has come through and took the win in
It is the
GT4.
GT4 winner, yes.
That is
so
amazing.
Here comes Stokes in P1, Lucia in P2, and then Ware finishing the podium in P3
Yeah,
in the Chevrolet, an unlikely podium for him.
that's fantastic there for Ranware as well. He missed last week.
A great race, wonderfully done.
Guys, there you have it.
So a very, very unlikely finish for both the GT4s and the GT3s, with Mielchen on P3 and the Lucy in P2.
There we are, guys. Gunther to Paul is your race winner in the GT3, and Stokes, your winner in GT4. What a fantastic race!
Can we see Alex's incident though?
Yeah, I can try and find it here if you give me a wee second. Let me see.
What happened to him?
Let me see if I can find it here.
Lost the lead.
Wonder what lap it was. Yeah.
Somewhere around here. He's already behind.
Yeah, so will this be it here maybe?
He's just behind the pool. He's already on the P2 here, just behind.
Yeah. We knew you had to look there. Oh,
And he just didn't make it.
I think there's a
that
bit of contact there,
That
yeah.
must have been contact.
Let's get a look at that again on different camera view here. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get this slowed down. Playback speed 0.5.
So has he made the
So
braking?
he's made the move. He's made the dive.
Found barely some space down the inside, but it seems
Oh, he wasn't getting that stop, but again,
he's not the one who crossed over.
yeah. That's unfortunate.
Seems like a very tough incident here to judge, because
That was with Gunther, yeah.
Gunther didn't. Gunther couldn't
turned
tell,
down on
of
him,
course.
but like you would think Gunther maybe knew he was there, but although I don't think Alex
Didn't
was getting
think
that
he's gonna
stop
go
there
wide.
as well, but
Seems like both drivers made a bit of a mistake.
yeah, I think you know, if I pause it here, it's a hard one
Well,
for
there's plenty of room on the right
Yeah.
for.
Hello Gunther, how are you?
Oh,
With the
hello,
race
Gunther.
winner.
Hello guys, hello.
How's things, Gunther? What do you think of that race?
Well, pretty exciting race.
Green light, go, go, go.
Had a fairly good quali, P2, but my opening laps were kind of a disaster. So I lost quite some time to Alex and Steven, but managed to catch up again and got
Yeah.
lucky a bit as well. Close battle with Alex at the end. Unfortunately, we had some contact there.
Any comment on the contact? How did that happen?
Well, he was catching me on the straight after T1.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I just put it in the middle, you know. He can't really go for either left or right, really.
He
So
did manage to find just a bit of space on the
Yeah,
inside, it
so I'm-
seems.
when we go into the braking zone, he dives into the, well, not really dives, but he goes for the left side,
Yeah.
out braking himself because he couldn't see the brake marker anymore because, yeah, my car was there. And so, yeah, there was some contact. Unfortunately for him, resulted in a spin, I think. and I could go fairly easily on my merry way. So
Yeah, it looked like a good race between you and Alex, and even Stephen Krall early on until Stephen Krall had the spin. Do you think Alex maybe got frustrated with the GT4 cars getting in between you guys, and then you managed to get the lead, and then obviously he's been frustrated and maybe made that late lunge late on in the race, and it hasn't worked out for him, and. Yeah, we just watched it. We just watched it there, and it looked like it was a bit of both cars maybe involved in that incident. Alex maybe didn't get her stopped.
I mean,
yeah,
we could have taken it safer, but then again, you know, it's
That's racing.
the final minutes of the race. It's like we're fighting for P1, so
yeah.
I don't blame him to try and go for the overtake for sure. And definitely with the GT Force, it was quite an interesting dynamic. At some point, there was quite the train of GT Force, and we were trying to make our way through it, battling meanwhile. So very fun. Very nice racing from everyone as well in the GT Force.
It was a fantastic race, and congratulations on the race win, and thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
Great race for you. Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
And now, guys, we're hoping we'll get a wee quick chat with. Well, I don't know where Stokes has went, so let me see if I can grab an interview. I'm not sure if he's in the commentary box. 1 wee second, guys. I'll be right back. Is Stokes here for an interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speak
Hi,
to Fly.
Steve. This one?
Is Stokes here for an interview? No.
Nope.
He's actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been there really. I think it was Herbert's
Bit angry.
corner. Yeah.
No, guys. It looks like Stokes isn't available for an interview. So,
Maybe you can show-
that's it, folks. That's Monza, round 3 for the Potato Nation.
A very, very interesting race.
Yeah.
Bit of a twist at the end there. Leaders coming together.
Oh, it was crazy. The leaders coming together, and then Pascal Delucia. I assume
Running out of
he's
fuel,
run
it
out of
seems.
fuel, you know, but unfortunately I can't grab an interview with those guys because they're going through a post-race dissemination.
A lot of emotions, surely. Losing
Yeah.
the lead in the very, very last turn.
Oh, I don't think it would be Pascal to pull up
Heartbreaking.
over the line now. I don't think it's in his nature now. Like, if you're winning, you win the race no matter what. So,
Keep it floored till the very end.
that's it. Well, there you are, folks. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully see you again next week. Big thank you for Philip Surdick here for stepping in for Stuart Brayton, who's on his holidays, and thanks very much.
For watching. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. It was a blast to be here, so thank you for the opportunity a lot.
Yeah.
And
There you are,
see you
folks.
sometime somewhere.
And with that, guys, we will say good night.
Good night.